What is up guys, Andy Forrestine Runner here. Welcome back to another video. 6 weeks early, we've hit the goal. We've hit sub 34 minutes for the 10k, something I was aiming for Frampton 10k, but we've now done it at Cardiff Bay 10k. So something I've been mulling over the last couple of days is, shall I end this block early and jump into London training, or shall I continue to push? Pushing is something we do a lot, isn't it, as runners? If we're in a training cycle, we're either pushing hard physically, mentally, whether it's in a rep, whether it's up a hill, whether it's trying to hold on to pace or heart rate or whatever. Pushing is a word that describes us runners well when we're in a training cycle. But days like today, where I'm kick-starting the week, are days when I'm not pushing and I'm just appreciating the morning trails and the morning sun. So today I want to talk a little bit about my thoughts now leading into Frampton 10k. Am I going to continue to push full pelt with 10k training? Am I going to start to sidestep a little bit? I've been thinking about it a lot over the last couple of days since I finished Cardiff, and I want to share my thoughts on that with you. But first, out here starting the week a day late, Monday. I didn't get out, circumstances, just life, it was a nightmare. So starting things off with a moderate Tuesday. I haven't done a moderate run for 2 or 3 weeks now, so thought I'd come out here on the trails and just enjoy myself and soak in the goodness that the sun and the trees and the greenery has to offer. So I'm going to take you along with me for this, then we're going to go back and we're going to talk a little bit about the Insta 360 GO2 as well, my racing camera, and then we're going to talk all about pushing, sticking, holding, push for London, push for the 10k. We'll see. Ended up being 9 miles, a beautiful moderate run out there this morning. I think just over the hour mark, 6:43 per mile, or for those of you working K, 14.5k or 4:11 per K pace. Absolutely stunning, 147 beats a minute on the heart rate. So feeling nice and controlled, nice and comfortable in these velocity flow winds. A massive thanks again to Mike for sending them. I haven't tested them on anything other than easy runs so far, and I thought to myself, I want to do a moderate run today. I missed yesterday and I'm feeling really fresh after the weekend, so I thought I'll go moderate, I'll see how I feel, but I need to save the Hyperion tempos for my London Marathon training. So let's try another shoe, and at the moment I've been rotating my 880 version 12s from New Balance, the Puma Velocity Nitro 2s, and these things, and they have literally, every easy run that's come up, I've picked the next one and just got them in a rotation. I thought out of the 3 of them, this would handle the moderate run the best, and I've got to be honest with you, I was really quite surprised. So as Seth would say, a bit of a tweener shoe, certainly something that can go not just easy pace, but I picked up the pace in it quite nicely too. Really happy with it. So I've got to be honest with you, I think those things are going to get to 100 miles and I'm going to be quite content with them. They've been a really good find. So thank you again, Mike. I really do appreciate it. And what we're going to talk about today, as I said, is this thought that's been going through my head. Am I now going to cut this training block short? Now I've achieved what I wanted to achieve. I've done it in half the time. Am I going to carry on for the next, I think actually it's only 5.5 weeks until Frampton 10k, or am I going to cut the London, or am I going to cut into that now and really start to focus on the marathon training? We'll talk about all that shortly. I want to show a little bit of love very quickly. I will put chapters, as I always do on every video, so if you want to skip to that bit, feel free to do so. But I just feel like I want to give Insta 360 a little bit of love, because do you know what? They sent me this camera I think well over a year ago, and as you guys have been enjoying the race vlogs, it's been something that I've been able to completely change up. I've been used to carrying a GoPro during my race, which obviously I film the 99% of my stuff on, my training vlogs, my workouts and stuff, either carrying it on a selfie stick or not, but it is quite a cumbersome bit of kit. It's quite heavy, and it's not something I enjoy carrying in a race. I want to race on a Focus, and this was an absolute game changer. When they sent this to me, as I said, well over a year ago, they sent me with like a sports pack or some accessories, and it came with this clip. And as you've seen in all the photos, I clipped this onto my hat and I put the camera into there. So I just pull it out of its case like that. It's magnetic and it just goes in like that and clips in, doesn't fall out. It's super strong in there. And all I have to do is press the button and it starts recording. There we go, vibrate on, the blue light flashes, it's recording, and then I turn it off and it stops recording. And that's meant a complete game changer for race filming. I clip it to my hat, I'm running along, I just press it on as I'm running, keep running, and all I have to think about is just leave it on for 10-15 seconds, then just turn it off again. I'm not carrying anything, I'm not breaking my stride or anything. Because what I used to find when carrying a GoPro is I'm holding it up like this, maybe talking to the camera, so I get a stitch in that side of my body, and it was an absolute nightmare. And what I love to do is take you guys along the journey with me, and this camera has allowed me to do just that. So I just want to say a massive thanks to Insta360 once again for sending me this thing, and I will leave a link down in the description below because they do have a sale on right now on these cameras. Few people ask me how I film my footage. It is between these two. I have done some workouts on this as well. I find this great for burst footage, so not long vlogs, but if I'm doing short, sharp clips, Instagram reels, race videos, that sort of thing, I absolutely love it. 15% off this camera right now, so it takes it down to 250 quid. I'm going to leave a link in the description below. If you're interested in filming your park runs, just getting some family footage, because I do use this not just for running, but making family home movies and stuff, feel free to check it out in the description below. I am actually going to be testing another Insta360 camera very, very soon. I'm excited for that, but that's not what this video is about. This is all about this, and I just wanted to share the love for it because I know you guys love watching the race vlogs, and it wouldn't be possible without this awesome bit of kit. So I'll leave a link in the description below. Go check it out if you're looking for something to film your races on, your park runs, your training, whatever it might be. This is well worth it. Anyway, now that's done, let's get on to the main topic. So the second I got my bag from the baggage area at Cardiff Bay 10K and started walking back to the car, which is a good 25-minute walk, plenty of time to think, and obviously into that evening and yesterday, Monday as well. I have to be honest with you and say it crossed my mind a fair few times, and I was really thinking about maybe cutting this training block short now. Do I now do a full 16-week London Marathon training block, or do I carry on and extend what I'm doing through to Frampton and then still just do that 13 or 12-week training block that I had planned to do? It's something that crossed my mind because I set out at the beginning of this training block to break 34 minutes. It was the goal. It was what I wanted to achieve. Arbitrary time goal, I know, it's really just a matter of a few seconds, but to dip under 34 minutes was just something I really wanted to do. I knew it was something that I was kind of capable of in and around the time I did it at Bourton 10K, and I knew I was close to it, but I thought to myself, I've got 2 or 3 10Ks over the summer, I've got one during marathon training, I've got plenty of opportunities to do it, so actually now shall I just kick into marathon training mode and now kick on? But the one thing that just kept coming back to me during all these thoughts was, you really need to work on your weakness. You really need to work on the area that you don't work on that much. And I have to cast my mind all the way back before the speed block last year, which started in September or October time. Before that, I'd just been doing longer distance half marathon and full marathon training for nearly 12 months. It had been a really long 12 months. And then last summer was all marathon training as well, leading up to my current PB, which is a 2:44. And I didn't really do that much speed work between then and starting the next marathon training block. I only had a couple of months. So I never put in a big graft of short speed work. It was always just kind of here and there. And I thought to myself, no, finish the job that you've started. Don't cut it short, because you have done, like, realistically, bar a couple of months, a good 18 months solid of long distance training. This is my weakness, the short stuff, in terms of not my times and things, but what I don't enjoy it's the wrong word. I do enjoy doing it, but what I lack doing normally on a week-to-week basis, what I in a year's schedule don't do enough of, basically. And I thought to myself, no, come on, you've committed to a block, you're going to complete the block and you're going to do a full block. And for me, at the end of the day, bringing these times down, the 5k, the 10k and the half marathon, ultimately is going to lead to a faster marathon time. Yes, I haven't and will not have the full 16 weeks that I'd like to have training for London, but at the same time, I'm hoping that even after London, I can carry this fitness forward into potentially a spring marathon, because that is on my radar. I would like to do a spring marathon next year. Didn't do it this year. Something I want to try and do next year. Obviously, I did Cardiff half this year. That was the focus. I'm going to be probably switching it up to a spring marathon next year. So I've got plenty of time to do more marathon training. London Marathon, 2nd of October. I'll have a couple of months window and then I'll be starting marathon training again. So plenty of time for all of that stuff. I've got to be honest, I was really tempted. I was really kind of keen to go, right, you've broken 34, let's get into marathon training mode. But I'm going to stick to my guns and say, no, we're going to finish a job, work on the weakness, work on the things that you're not quite so keen on. Plenty of time to get out on the trails over the next few months and get the marathon training done. So that's kind of where my head is at. It's been I'm going to be honest with you, a real battle. I really have battled over this, and I've been very close to extending my London Marathon training. I had all the dates mapped out. I even sat down with the calendar and really thought when I would be starting to do it, which would be in the next couple of weeks or so. But I've stuck to my guns and I've decided to finish the job off, because I feel like if I can squeeze a little bit more out of myself, I feel like if I can get another 33 something, doesn't need to be a PB at Frampton, just squeeze inside 33, I'll feel more complete, I'll feel more content, like this wasn't a one-off, like I can do it, like this is my level, this is my ability, and now I can kind of go for half marathon times and marathon times after that. So that's kind of where my head is at, that's what I'm thinking. And I appreciate you guys listening to me ramble on, but it's important to me. I always go through these phases where I set something in stone and then something happens and I change it, and I'm really trying to stick to my guns here and go, nope, you've stuck to it, you've said it, you've laid it out, stick to it, finish the job. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you listening today. Looking forward to more training stuff later this week. Another double threshold run on Wednesday and more videos coming out later this week. If you enjoyed today though, please do consider giving it a like, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel for weekly running content, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Until then.